Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another theme park obsession video. My name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. I have some thoughts about the Halloween events, specifically Knott's Scary Farm and Halloween Horror Nights. So in today's theme park obsession office video, I figure why not chat about it. So how about you and I dive right in. Before we get started, for those that are brand new here and you love theme park content, so vlogs from some of your favorite theme parks around the country, Halloween events, and a bunch of things in between, well, you should consider subscribing because I have brand new videos every single week that you won't want to miss out on. And also be sure to check out my second channel. I'll be posting there again here very, very soon. I just gotta get my life situated here. There's been a lot happening the past few weeks as far as like personally behind the scenes too. And thankfully, as we move through the fall, the Halloween schedule will be getting back to normal. Like I said, the past few weeks have been pretty crazy personally. So as we get a little closer to the opening of Halloween Horror Nights and Knott's Scary Farm and a bunch of other haunt events, things will kind of get back to normal. So yeah, the video schedule will resume to I feel like almost daily here very, very soon because there's just so much going on, especially for the second channel. I'll be filming Spirit Halloween. I'll be going to hopefully Costco to film the Halloween decorations there. There's gonna be a lot of Halloween on the second channel as well, not just here on Theme Park Obsession, so be ready for it. So let's just get started with Knott's Scary Farm. That is at Knott's Berry Farm here in Southern California, for those who don't know. And the park invited me out a couple days ago to experience Nightmares Revealed. It's their big reveal event showcasing everything new for the 2025 season, all the returning stuff, and then they also talk about the shows, and they talk about the food and the merchandise, and it's a really cool event. The only thing that I dislike about the event is that it's way too short. It's only 3 hours, and I wish it was like 4 or 5 hours, and they've been doing the 3-hour thing for a couple years now, so hopefully in 2026 they'll increase it by another hour because I just don't think 3 hours is long enough. Now, Knott's Scary Farm is going to have 2 new haunted houses this year, which I was expecting 3. I don't know why I was expecting 3, but I was like holding out for 3 new haunted houses, but we only got 2. That's okay. Maybe one of these years they'll do like 3 or 4 new haunted houses because some of the mazes at Knott's Scary Farm, I feel like they need to go. It's the last year for Grimoire and Mesmere, so make sure to walk through those this year. But the new ones are called the Zoo and Mary. And I believe I have a clip of my friend Aaron and Sarah and I talking about it after we had watched the presentation. So if I have that clip, I'll put it in right now. Okay, the presentation is over. That was a lot of fun.
It was great.
Yeah,
I had a good time.
Yeah, and they showed off the returning mazes, the returning scare zones, and some new mazes, and they had the Boulet brothers out on stage because they're like the hosts this year for Knott's Scary Farm. So that was really cool.
That was awesome. I mean, I'm excited for the 2 new mazes that are coming.
Yeah, there's 2 new mazes for the 2025 season. The first one being the Zoo.
Yeah.
That one looks really cool.
I think what's cool about it is at 11 o'clock, it's blackout. Flashlights only. And I think that's amazing. I think that's a new twist in the maze. It's pretty much like a 2-in-1 maze.
Yeah. So for the first few hours of Scary Farm, you'll be able to experience the zoo as normal during normal show mode. And at 11 p.m., they turn all the lights off and they give you a flashlight, very similar to the Trick or Treat maze they did a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And you walk through this massive haunted house with a flashlight. That is epic. That's so cool.
I mean, that's unique. I mean, I loved it when they did the Trick or Treat. I think that's awesome. And now we're doing it here with the Zoo maze. But you already know that's going to be a long line.
It's going to be a long line. So maybe that's when we have to purchase a Fright Lane.
Yeah.
But honestly, the flashlight thing is so scary because when they did that with Trick or Treat, it like amped up the scare factor
100%.
Like 1,000 times over. I mean, I enjoyed the Trick or Treat haunted house, but when they brought it back with the lights out, that was so good. So I am super stoked for this one, especially with Knott's set design because their set design lately is incredible.
It's been amazing over the years that I have gone to Knott's, and it just gets better every year.
Yeah.
Like, hands down. And then, I don't know, like, the second maze, that one I'm more of looking forward to. Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Like, I know the story about it. HH in Orlando has it. We never had it in Hollywood. And the fact that they have it here at Knott's, it actually gave me the goosebumps.
Yeah, that's
when
legit.
They announced it. Like, when they announced it, I was like, oh, that's my anticipated maze.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it's called Mary, and it's about Bloody Mary, and that will be replacing, I believe, the Waxworks Haunted House. So, great spot. And I think that one's going to be really fun. That one might be really, really scary. So overall, it's going to be a solid lineup. Oh, speaking of scary characters. Wait, we're talking about the new mazes. What do you think?
I'm actually more interested in Mary, believe it or not.
That's Aaron's.
Mary, yeah, yes. I don't know what it is about Mary, but I do like a good Bloody Mary play, and they seem to keep it in the time frame of Calico.
Yes, I noticed that too.
Yeah, so I'm curious of that take. I think the animal one is cool too, but I think we all can kind of guess what's inside. Mutant animals.
Yeah. See, now I'm like really excited for the animal one because I just like all that screwed up mutant stuff. I think it's awesome, but my thing is like the flashlight thing is epic.
Right.
I think that's the seal deal. At the end of the day, like you won't see that line go crazy until 11 o'clock. Hands down.
Oh, absolutely.
Hands down.
Well, some of the I'm sorry, there's a cat over there. I didn't even see it.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a little kitty cat right there.
Caught my eye.
You literally got me scared.
I'm sorry. I will say some of the scariest things that you could do at a haunt is go through a maze with no lights, no sound, no one near you. That is when it's the scariest. Not when everybody's in there with you. It's when nothing is happening because your imagination is the scariest.
It starts to run wild.
It's crazy.
So yeah, just like I said in the previous clip, I'm super stoked for the zoo, especially for the lights out element at 11 p.m. I think that's going to be really popular, and it might amp that experience up tenfold, because that's what happened when they had Trick or Treat there. When they had Trick or Treat, it was a good maze, but I didn't think it was like too scary or anything. But when they turned the lights off and they gave you a flashlight, I think the following year, the year after that, oh man, it increased the scare factor by so much. So I'm hoping the same thing's going to happen with the zoo. I mean, I hope that it's scary just right off the bat, but I hope it's even more intense when they turn the lights off at 11. And it's going to be interesting to see how they navigate the queue and all that, because I would think that the maze is going to get more popular when the lights turn off, just like what Aaron was saying in that last clip. So we'll see. That's my most anticipated one for Knott's Scary Farm out of the two. Mary is going to be pretty fun too, I think. And they did confirm that the storyline here with Mary, she is related to Sarah Marshall, which is the witch at Knott's Scary Farm. She's a reoccurring character. So that's kind of cool how they're tying everything together with, you know, the Calico story and all that. That's what's really unique about Knott's Scary Farm, is that they have the ability to create some really fun original storylines that kind of tie in with the theme park too. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I've always said this, that Knott's Berry Farm has some of the best atmosphere in the business. Like, if you're going to a few haunt events this season in SoCal, don't skip out on Knott's Scary Farm. I don't think it's the most intense event, respectively. I think that goes to Halloween Horror Nights. But when it comes to atmosphere, and there's like bugs flying on me, when it comes to atmosphere and overall just vibe, Knott's Scary Farm is like one of the best events that you can go to. It feels like a fall festival. It feels like a Halloween, festival. It's just really well done. The park decor is absolutely beautiful, which will be going up here in the next few days as they prepare for the grand opening, which will be September 18th, by the way. If you're going to buy tickets, you can go online and get your tickets. I'm sure local grocery stores and all that kind of stuff will run discount tickets, but the event dates will be select nights through from September 18th through November 1st. And then when it comes to the food, I was able to talk to Wilf Seymour. He's the director of food and beverage over at Knott's Berry Farm. He's great. He's a fan of the channel. He watches the channel from time to time. And the food that they come up with at Knott's Berry Farm is always amazing. And he was able to walk me through some of the items that they're going to have this season. So if I have that clip, I'll go ahead and put that in right now too.
Welcome to Scary Farm 2025. I'm Wilf Seymour, Director of Food and Beverage. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of our food items here. We've gone a little crazy with a few things here.
It looks good.
I'm loving it all, but I like with the food that we've played with. We've got unusual meat items that we always love to play with. Like right here, we've got tongue on a taco, so it's delicious there.
I mean, hey, I love the gator that you guys are doing with
we got
the sausage
a gator
wing.
sausage, and we've got gator stuffed baked potatoes, and on our mac and cheese at Minder's Mac and Spuds there. The Al Pastor, I don't know if you tried the Al Pastor Negro over there.
Yeah, it was
delicious.
really good.
Really loving it there. Our steak fries with steak So we got steak and steak going together here. Love playing with that. Spicy cheese sauce, delicious. Angel hair pasta over at Prop Shop. We're playing around with this here, and this sauce is delicious. We're gonna have a good time with that.
What's this pretzel down here?
This is just spicy cheese and Tostitos on top there.
Oh, okay.
So
I was like,
spicy.
Okay,
Spicy.
that might be a little intense.
It is a little intense there. We like our fall flavors, you know, with pesto and sausage again. There, spicy sausage. We've got pumpkin and chorizo on the other pizza there. Love playing with that.
Ooh.
Did you try the Korean meatballs over there, which
Yes.
we're doing on our tater tots? Always good that way.
The meatballs were actually some of our favorite items that
Nice.
we tried this evening.
Love that. Walking tacos. So we've got Tostitos and Doritos this year, playing around there. Little spicy meats. You can get the chorizo, the steak, the chicken, the pastor. So a lot of different choices to go on top of your walking tacos there from Papa's. What do we got there? Back the bison burger at Sutter's.
That was really good.
Also available on the dining plan, which is great. Lots of items on the dining plans. So you want to make sure you get an all-day dining. Come on by, try a few things out. We've got some great salads a little further on there. Look at how great those salads are there. Loving that.
Yeah, the salads were actually really good. This one right here was one of my favorites.
So yeah, acorn squash and our fall chicken salad. And like I was saying, with the crazy meats we've got our frog leg here. And then in front, our pastry chef, she's got a chocolate stuffed cookie with a pumpkin cream and then a little pumpkin pie on top there.
Now, pumpkin pie is actually one of my favorite pies, so
Is
I'm going to
it?
have to
You'll
get
have
this.
to love this cookie.
Yeah.
Then try that out. Then the maple bacon gourmet cookie and a pumpkin
Lord.
bundt cake. She's having fun with that.
Yeah.
We've gone crazy with our funnel cakes. This one has a really nice ube sauce on top here.
Ooh.
Lots of the witch's brew, kind of the black and the purple and the orange and all that stuff. Pumpkin patch cheesecake funnel cake, really delicious
wow.
there. This one though is a killer brownie, deep fried. We dip it in funnel cake batter, deep fry the brownie, top it on top of the funnel cake, more caramel and chocolate and ice cream.
That's pretty intense.
That's gonna kill a lot of people this fall.
I think that's probably the most extravagant one I've seen you guys do in a while.
It's gonna be a lot of fun, I tell you. This is the best one we're doing for sure this year.
Yeah.
A little sweet for me, you know, my favorite, this one here, the Midnight Tiramisu.
Ooh.
It's like a double espresso soaked lady fingers, the chocolate mascarpone, and then a black chocolate cocoa on top of it. Really delicious. And look at our pastry room. They're loving the icing room, making these spiders. This is a brownie stuffed chocolate spider. This one, Graveyard French Toast. It's an Oreo cheesecake stuffing.
Wow.
Then we deep fry that and top it with chocolate and gummy and Oreo crumbs. Really delicious.
Wow. I had to move from a different shot because, of course, the sun started blasting me, and I don't want to get a stage 5 sunburn right now. Maybe a little bit later. But yeah, so the food at Knott's Berry Farm, killer, like always. Again, I sound like a broken record when it comes to the food at Knott's Berry Farm. I always say that Knott's does a fantastic job with the food. I feel like that's one of the big shining stars at Knott's Berry Farm is the food and beverage. They do a really good job there. So plenty of things to choose from when it comes to that. They have a great selection of merch this year. I'll probably do a separate video going over all of the merchandise because there's a lot of it. They do have a legacy store that's at the Knott's Marketplace. You can go into the legacy store without having to purchase a Knott's Berry Farm ticket. It's on the outside. It's kind of like their downtown Disney, their little shopping plaza. And it's just right there on the outside of the park. So yeah, I'll do a separate video covering a lot of that because I went in the other day to get some pictures for X, which if you haven't followed me on X, you should totally do that. But yeah, there's just so much stuff. The Spirit jerseys look so good this year. And I think they're going to sell like a boatload of them. And then the other thing that I think they're going to sell a boatload of are the Cinema Slasher t-shirts and sweaters and tote bags. They have a character on them, the little popcorn character. And it's so cute. I think they're going to sell out. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to Knott's Scary Farm, hopefully on the opening night. I try to get in as early as possible to get that content fresh up on the channel. And then that, gives me more time to, go to more haunt events later on in the season. Now let's talk about Halloween Horror Nights. I went to an event last night at the time of making this video. It was a really small merch and food event. It was like a little preview, a showcase of what some of the merch is going to look like, and of course, we were able to sample some food and beverages. And I wasn't able to get a vlog from that just because of the setting. It's so hard to film in those locations, and I want to really be able to showcase the food and the drinks and all that kind of stuff in a proper vlog. That's exactly why I didn't do it at Knott's Berry Farm either. It's just such a short period of time. It's hard for me to get vlogs. Like a lot of people don't realize that it takes hours to film some of these videos, and then I have to sit and piece them together at home. So I just want to make sure that things are looking good and I have plenty of time to do it. So at Universal, same thing like at Knott's, we just didn't have time, and the setting was just a little crazy. But when it comes to the food and the beverages, pretty solid. I would say that the food at Knott's Berry Farm this year is a little better, just because, I mean, that's just what Knott's has been doing the past, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. They've been really focusing on food. That's not to say Universal's is bad or anything. They're definitely getting better, but you just can't beat Knott's just lineup. You know, their lineup at Knott's is incredible. So I think where Universal beats them out, though, is beverages. I think the beverages at Halloween Horror Nights this year are going to be really good. They were able to give us a few samples of some of the beverages that they're going to have throughout the event. And I tried like a margarita one last night. It was like a tequila drink, and it tasted like a Mexican candy, like lollipop, and it was so good. So I think overall, some of the drinks at Halloween Horror Nights outshine the drinks at Knott's Scary Farm. And they've been like that for years. You know, one year Knott's has the better food, and then one year Universal has the better drinks, but then one year Universal has the better food, and then one year Knott's has the better drinks. So it's like a back and forth battle, and I love it as a consumer because I'll just do it. I'll do everything and anything. So it's going to be fun at both events as far as the food and beverage. There's going to be something for everybody. But for me personally, yeah, I thought the food was better at Knott's, and then the drinks were better at Halloween Horror Nights. And they also showed off a bunch of merchandise. I think the merchandise at Halloween Horror Nights this year is going to sell like crazy. The Art the Clown popcorn bucket, dude, that thing is going to sell palletfuls. And same thing with the teddy bear from Japan, from Halloween Horror Nights Japan. I forgot his name. You'll see it on the screen because I'll start flashing some clips up. But that is going to sell like crazy. And then the Hello Kitty bucket, oh my God. Dude, the Hello Kitty marketing team, they go crazy for Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios. So I think a lot of the Hello Kitty stuff is going to sell really well. And again, just like the Knott's Berry Farm video, I'll do a separate Halloween Horror Nights merch video because I feel like that drops here in the next couple days. They'll do the floor sets in the stores inside the parks. So I'll do a whole separate video on Halloween Horror Nights merch so you can get a good idea of what's available. And remember, if you're going to Halloween Horror Nights later on in the season, they do discount the merchandise. So if you plan on going later, yeah, take advantage of those discounts because they also work with your annual pass discount. And sometimes they get up to like 80%. It's something crazy near the end, like the last couple days of the event. The stuff that's available is pretty limited because they've been going all season long, but there are some things available that are still really cool. And yeah, you can take advantage of those discounts. But overall, I think the merch this year at Horror Nights is solid. That are a lot of cool jackets and t-shirts. Again, the popcorn buckets are insane. So they're going to make so much money. They're going to make so much money on merchandise. I mean, even Knott's Berry Farm, the spirit jerseys are bonkers this year at Knott's Berry Farm. So get your wallets ready. Get your wallets ready. My wallet is empty, so I won't be able to do too much. So I'm just going to look and pretend that I am purchasing all that stuff. But for those that can't afford a lot of the merchandise, yeah, get your wallets ready. There's so many cool things this year. When it comes to the haunted houses at Halloween Horror Nights, I think the lineup is pretty solid this year for Hollywood. I am a little disappointed in Poltergeist coming back, but I am glad that Terrifier is shaping up to be an incredible haunted house. It's super gory. You're going to get soaking wet. It's going to be disgusting. I miss that kind of stuff at Halloween Horror Nights because it seems like the past couple of years it hasn't been too intense in that department. So I'm glad they're bringing that back. I mean, come on, yeah, we got to have some haunted houses that are extremely gory and unsettling. That's part of the fun. That's part of the horror in Halloween Horror Nights. So that's going to be really cool. And I think Five Nights at Freddy's is going to be a lot of fun. Like on the other end of the spectrum, I think that one's going to have a lot of big giant sets and maybe some characters in there, just like the video games and the movies. That one I think is going to be visually appealing. And then the rest of the haunted houses, yeah, pretty solid. And Jason is touted to be a really scary haunted house this year, really intense. Really looking forward to that. I think I'm going to have a good time at Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood. I don't know if I'm going to make it out to Orlando this year just because of some financial reasons. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it, which bums me out. I'm hoping to. If I do, you'll know because I'll post a video, but if not, then we're just going to have to wait until 2026, and that's okay because maybe by then I'll be living out in Orlando, so that'll just be my home base, and then I'll be visiting the Hollywood event. But for Horror Nights Hollywood, I'm going to try to pick up a frequent fear pass. Again, I don't even know how much they are. I'll go over like a lot of the pricing for stuff too when I make my Halloween Horror Nights survival guide video. That's going to be coming up here in the next couple days, so stay tuned for that. It's a really popular video on the channel, and I go over everything, like where the mazes are located, the food, the beverage locations, the ticket information, how to navigate the event. I was a former character at Halloween Horror Nights for years. My very first year performing was 2011, so I definitely know what I'm talking about when it comes to Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood. So that video will hopefully be up on the channel here in the next couple days. But as far as a frequent fear pass, yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to get one because yeah, I want to be at Horror Nights a lot and just a bunch of other haunt events as much as possible. Scary Farm, I might go maybe 1 or 2 more times in the season, depending on funds and all that kind of fun stuff. But I'll definitely be there opening night. You know, one of these days I was just thinking about the zoo maze at Knott Scary Farm and with the flashlight aspect. I want Halloween Horror Nights to do something like that. I know it's busy at Halloween Horror Nights and it could be logistically difficult to do something like that. But I feel like if Knott's can get away with it, if they can figure out how to do it, I feel like Halloween Horror Nights can do it too. That would be good, especially because Horror Nights uses all the trigger scares. That could result in a very terrifying haunted house. I think that would be really good. So I don't know, maybe one of these years they'll do it. I think they should. I think Horror Nights should do more stuff like that's pretty creative like that because you don't see that with the large scale haunt events at theme parks. It's very rare when you see things like that. I feel like Knott's Berry Farm is the one to always try to pioneer something like that. A lot of people forget that Knott's Scary Farm or Halloween Haunt, they're the OGs. They're the ones that started all this stuff. If it wasn't for Scary Farm, we wouldn't have events like Halloween Horror Nights and Fright Fest over at Six Flags and a bunch of other places that do Halloween events. It just wouldn't exist. Knott's was the founder of all of that. So we definitely got to owe it to Knott's Berry Farm. But yeah, I want Halloween Horror Nights to do some crazy stuff with flashlights. Maybe one of these years they will. Could you imagine the Jason haunted house with a flashlight? That would probably scare the shit out of me. That would be so terrifying. And it's probably the maze is going to be terrifying as it is anyway, because that's what Universal's been saying. But could you imagine a flashlight? Oh, dude, that'd be epic. That would be so cool. Oh, I love it. I love Halloween. This is my favorite time of year. I look forward to this time of year. It's almost every single day I'm actively going somewhere to look at decorations, or I'm going to the parks to check out the decorations being set up for the events. I'm stoked. I'm so ready for this season. And yeah, like I was saying earlier, you'll see a lot of content here on the channel. I'll have Fright Fest, just to give you just a general update since this is an office video. But yeah, I'll have Fright Fest content, Knott's Scary Farm, Halloween Horror Nights, Hollywood, maybe Orlando. I'm not entirely sure. It's probably going to be a no. Maybe some other haunts around certain areas. I don't want to reveal where just yet because I don't want to jinx myself. But I'm trying to make it to some other stuff. Maybe I'll go back down to San Diego because in San Diego they do the Haunted Trail of Balboa Park, where I actually used to work at the Haunted Trail of Balboa Park. So shout out to all my friends down there. I'm going to try to make it to San Diego again. It's been a couple years since I was able to make it down there and walk through that attraction. It's a big outdoor haunted house. It's in Balboa Park and it's incredible. So maybe you'll see that on the second channel. And then, yeah, I'm going to try to sprinkle in a couple other things, maybe a couple pumpkin patches. It's going to be a lot. I'm going to be living my best Halloween life for the next few months. And I'm going to be very sad come November 1st when it's all over. I'm probably going to cry for 3 or 4 days straight and then cry some more until next August. So we'll see what happens. But I think that's going to do it for today's video. I just wanted to talk about the Knott Scary Farm event and Halloween Horror Nights just really briefly. I'll have full videos on all this stuff here in the next couple days. But I just wanted to hold you all over with just a little bit of something for the week leading up into this weekend, time of making this video. But if you did enjoy this little office video, you can let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and yeah, you love theme park content, well, you should consider subscribing, because I mean, I literally go to theme parks almost every single day. It's my life. I actually live in theme parks. I live in just certain little satellite areas around the park, and I keep them secret so people don't disturb me. But yeah, consider subscribing, because I'm there all the time. Don't forget to check out the Instagram and X accounts. Those links will be down below in the description. But until the next video, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.